There are more worlds than the one you wake up in every morning. Some are hidden behind choices. Some are hidden behind thoughts. Some are hidden behind the things you create. And some are waiting for you to discover them. Antoine thought IncreasedCoinsLLC was simply a brand. A place for custom t-shirts. A place for merchandise. A place for short stories, entertainment, blogging, and a different perspective on life. He was wrong. One night, while working on another idea for Increased Coins, something strange happened. The screen went black. Then 3 glowing coins appeared. They weren't ordinary coins. Each one carried a symbol. Mind. Body. Soul. Antoine reached toward the screen. The moment his fingers touched the first coin, the room disappeared. He was standing somewhere else. A massive city stretched before him, but it wasn't like any city he had ever seen. Buildings floated above the streets. Doors opened into places that couldn't possibly exist. Stories moved through the air like living memories. And everywhere he looked, he saw pieces of Increased Coins LLC. A storefront displaying custom t-shirts. A strange library filled with short stories. A glowing wall covered with blog posts. A marketplace filled with products. A theater where entertainment played endlessly. And beyond it all stood a massive circular gateway. Above the gateway were 4 words. Welcome to the Multiverse. A voice came from behind him. You finally made it. Antoine turned. An old stranger stood there, wearing a coat covered with tiny symbols that seemed to move whenever he looked away. Who are you? Someone who understands what you've been building. I sell clothes. The stranger smiled. No. You create doors. He pointed toward the multiverse. Every story you've written is a door. Every product you've created is a door. Every blog post is a door. Every shirt carries an idea. Every laugh is a door. Every moment of spiritual alignment is a door. You just never realized where they led. The 3 coins began floating around Antoine. The stranger continued. Most people spend their entire lives trapped inside one version of themselves. But you. He pointed toward the first portal. You've been creating different worlds without realizing it. The portal opened. Inside was a world made entirely from stories. Characters walked between pages. Short stories floated like glowing books. Titles appeared in the air before disappearing into the distance. Antoine stepped forward. Then the second portal opened. This world was different. It was filled with clothing, merchandise, colors, designs, and people wearing ideas instead of ordinary clothes. One of the shirts displayed 3 coins. Another carried a message about being different. Another seemed to change its design depending on who looked at it. This is retail therapy, the stranger explained. But there's more. A third portal opened. This one was completely silent. Inside was a peaceful landscape. Water flowed upward. Stars hung impossibly close. And a person sat beneath a glowing tree, completely still. Spiritual alignment. Antoine felt something different in this world. Peace. Not entertainment. Not money. Not products. Something deeper. The realization hit him. Increased Coins wasn't about simply selling something. It was about the experience. A healthy spirit. Healthy living. Creativity. Entertainment. Self-awareness. And the freedom to see life differently. The stranger looked at him. Now you understand. Antoine looked back toward the portals. So what's the adventure? The stranger smiled. That's the problem. He pointed toward the center of the multiverse. The worlds are collapsing. Suddenly, the portals began flickering. Stories disappeared. Products vanished from shelves. Blog posts turned into blank pages. The lights inside the entertainment world went dark. Even the spiritual world began losing its glow. What happened? Someone is stealing perspectives. Perspectives. The multiverse survives because people are willing to imagine something different. The stranger handed Antoine the 3 coins. Your job is to travel through the worlds you've created, recover what was lost, and discover the final dimension. Antoine looked down at the coins. What happens when I find it? The stranger smiled. Then you'll finally understand what increased coins really means. The first portal opened. Antoine stepped forward. Behind him, the stranger called out. Remember one thing. Antoine turned. There is no single version of reality. The portal began closing. There's only the version you choose to explore. Antoine smiled, then disappeared into the multiverse. To be continued. IncreasedCoinsLLC. Welcome to the multiverse, where every story is a doorway, every idea is a possibility, and every perspective can lead somewhere unexpected.